constantly producing, guys. Constantly producing. Now I say that word all the time, but what are you doing? All these guys are off cooldown. You're about to lose your expansion. You're just now warping in units. Look, you're sitting on 900 mils right now. So much more you could be doing. You didn't get gas on your expansion. That should have been the first thing you did. Mortal getting sniped almost instantly, and you're going to lose this expansion. And I don't know if there's going to be a way to recover from this. Income tab shows 39 versus the 30. Let's look at Chrono Boost. 100 on that one, 80 on this one. So you finally used Chrono Boost once, but this is not good for you. Rally Point's still over here for Void Ray, so as soon as that spawns, you're probably going to get it sniped. So make sure you're constantly checking your rally points. Finally starting to Chrono Boost out. Look, here comes that, what I was saying about that Void Ray. Rally point over here, getting it sniped. So just throw away another Void Ray. You're still sitting on a good amount of minerals, but you're about to supply block yourself. Throwing away this Immortal, look how much damage it just took. It's going to die. You just threw away an Immortal. That's not cheap. About to get another one. I mean, all these, you were in a good position at one point. You know, that first push you went out with, you could have ended it right there. And then because of poor decision making, you had to fall back. And then more poor decision making, you got pushed back. And more poor decision making, you know, you stopped microing, you stopped macroing, and now you're in this situation where you're bunker rush with siege tanks, marines, and marauders. To a guy who's bronze league and you're gold. So there's a lot more you can be doing. Finally actually using those Void Rays to your advantage. Looks like you're getting sniped here. Probably want to snipe it with those stalkers, guys. He doesn't have vision on the high ground. Terran players expanding again. Thor, I mean, you don't have an observer out, so you're not scouting what's going on. You're getting really close to being out of minerals in your main. All these guys are really low. You're about to be completely starved. So at this point, you know, it's probably GG. I mean, he's got Thors on the field, so these Void Rays are going to be completely useless. Only got Zealots, Stalkers. You're about to get a Warp Prism and a Robo Bay, so you might be able to do something with this Robo Bay, but then it's just going to be a base trade that he'll eventually win. Be careful. Don't want to lose that bunker. Picking off another siege tank. Look like you're going to lose that Void Ray. Finally breaking that bunker there. Another Void Ray almost finished. 66 food to 101. And, you know, this is just not looking good for you. I mean, you're starved. Look how mined out your main is. It looks like you're making a commitment here. Losing one Void Ray. Splitting up your army. I mean, look, why didn't you just attack the one up here? Just walk all the way down here, let the siege tank do all this damage. And at this point, it's obviously GG. You got that Warp Prism and you didn't even really use it. I mean, it's just a pretty bad game. GG from him, and that's the game. So let's go over a couple things that went wrong. Knowing when to attack is key, guys. When he was over here with that first push, he could have freaking dominated the guy. He had 2 freaking Marines in his base. He could have completely destroyed him. But he kept pulling back because he was afraid of 2 Marines. No, you could have killed that, and you would have literally won the game at that point. But then you had bad micro, bad decision-making over here, and you were forced to fall back, walking your zealots all the way up here to try and kill these siege tanks, just suiciding your Void Rays. And then you had to go back. And then over here, you let them contain you. And then you had more bad decision-making. Suiciding Void Rays, not macroing well enough. I mean, you weren't using Chrono Boost at all. You had 100 energy on both Nexuses. You can Chrono Boot your Warp Gates, guys, to get the cooldown up quicker. You didn't get your gases here. I mean, there was a lot more you can do. And you probably should have gotten a couple Phoenixes, guys. You come in there with 3-4 Phoenixes, pick off all the siege tanks, and go in and destroy those bunkers while the siege tanks are in the air. I mean, there's a lot of things you could have done here to win every single one of those fights, but you didn't do it. Your pro production was pretty lackluster. It wasn't really constant pro production. There was so much. You probably should have been at about 60 there at one point, and you're only about 35 or 40. You were sitting about 3,000 minerals or 1,300 minerals at one point. Probably throw down one more gateway, and like there's just so much things you could have done. And then you kept like warping in 5 zealots, and then a robo, and then like running in or an immortal, and then running in and then throwing away your entire army, and then do it again. Why don't you just do that 3 times, save it all up, 15 zealots, 3 immortals, and then you probably could have break in this front and re-expand. I mean, there's so many things you could have done here to not lose. So that's it for now. I mean, you didn't have your robo keybound as well. You didn't really supply block yourself that often. I mean, whenever he broke your front and killed all those pylons, of course, but for the most part, you really were doing a good job with that. You really were proactive with your scouting. I mean, didn't really do a good job with scouting. I mean, look at all what you saw in his base. You saw a siege tank, a couple barracks. I mean, not much. But pretty much, thank you for submitting. Hopefully you can learn a lot from this game. Hopefully all viewers can. There's a lot of things that could have been done here. I know I'm a little bit harsh sometimes on the things I say, but it was a really good game. Good job for submitting, and yeah, it's just a couple things you need to fix. I know I kept saying, like, you know, oh, there's so much, it sounded like a lot of things, but those are a lot of small things that you can fix easily, and then you'll be dominating these kids. So, good job. Subscribe. And make sure you check out my paid training service. It's $8 an hour. I'm going to start uploading videos of my paid training service so people can see like a little bit of, you know, hands-on thing of what I do when I train my players. Check me out on twitter.com/StarcraftSquad, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.